So why don't we actually just go there right now? We already have Minmus selected as a target, and we've also... Aw, nuts. We're off to a great start. In all of the confusion last time, yes, I went into a 6-degree orbit, and I went into a 6-degree orbit the wrong way. So we are actually 12 degrees out of phase with Minmus. So, oh, well, thankfully we have a lot of extra fuel, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I think, yeah, see, the plan was that this parking orbit was going to be in the same plane as Minmus's orbit, and I went the complete wrong way around. Okie dokie, so that's just super. All right, we're off to a great start already. Welcome, everybody. We'll get this done one way or another. Okay, let's put in our burn here. Did I put in... Whoops. Where's maneuvers? There we go. So there's our burn out towards Minmus, and you can see it is way, way, way too high. Oh my gosh. Okay, it looks like its timing is... Oh, it's in the past. Okay, we got to hop ahead in orbit. And, but otherwise, I think the timing's okay, but you can see we have to make a significant correction. This is about as bad as it could get. Oh my gosh. So let's put a maneuver out here. We got to burn this towards the south like that. Likely, if this burn were earlier, it'd be better. Let's see, can I grab this and just kind of move it? Oh, doesn't really make too much of a difference, does it? Okay. Bring it down. There we go. Okay, let's go back to the first maneuver. At least this new interface down here makes it pretty easy to switch back and forth between the two different maneuvers. This would be way more of a pain if it wasn't for that. Alright, let's see, this way. No, oh, other way. Alright, focus that view on Minmus. Let's get this done. So... let's see here. Let's get that first maneuver, play with the timing a bit. Other way. And let's go to the second maneuver, see if we can make this less, is what I want. Less is more. So I'm thinking this is a anti-normal burn. Oh, it's only 62 meters per second. It's not so bad. Come up this way, yeah. That was way too much. Back down. Also, let's play with the timing a bit. I was pretty close to being in the right spot anyway. Okay, back to the first maneuver. Again, let's play with the timing here. I want this clearly raw. It needs a little bit more prograde. The goal is to go into about a 30-kilometer orbit, because that's what the contract says to do. Maneuver number 2. And we want to be in a polar orbit, because the idea is to put a lander on this thing, and then that will mean the station will be passing over all the biomes of Minmus, and we can land in whatever biome we like. And doing what we like is always a good thing. It really is in pretty much the right spot. Okay, a little bit more to the south here. And go back to maneuver number 1. A little bit more retro. Play with the timing. You know, the later I do it, actually, the worse it gets. I think I'm better off sticking with that bit of prograde that I have. There we go. And maneuver number 2. A little northward. I actually do want to be a tad here. I'll show We'll look at the contract on our way out. How's that sound? I think I need a little bit of radial. I want to be in as close to a pool. I want to minimize the amount of corrections I'm going to have to do when I get there. Is that looking pretty? I think a little more. This way. You know what? Why am I fine-tuning this so much when I can fine-tune it after I do this first burn? That seems to make a lot more sense. So, got that burn coming up in... Whoops, that's not what I want to do. This is what I wanted to do. Got the burn coming up in 25 minutes, so we'll get it out. It's a 1 minute and 44 second burn. That is at full throttle, so let's get to it. Boop. Oh, and I should open up my KOS terminal. Get all ready to run it from there. All right. I'll run my maneuver executor, and this thing is off. Okay. There we go. And although I didn't have really much excuses for last week's failures. Well, I guess it's not completely a failure in that we are now in orbit. We are in our way to Minmus. I think I lost two of these before this one finally got up here. And to remind people, the problem was I didn't put enough thrust on this. This was the upper stage booster, as well as being able to take it out to Minmus, and I didn't put enough thrust in there for my control, my launch script in order to be able to deal with it. Though, I mean, once I took manual control, I was able to get it up here without too much trouble. So it does show you can get away with quite low thrusts, even when you are inserting yourself into an orbit. And if I make mistakes this time, I was up early to catch a partial eclipse sunrise. That's a pretty cool thing. It was a little cloudy, but we did get some glimpses of it between the clouds, so that was neat. I have since then pumped myself up with some coffee, so hopefully I'll be alert and ready. Okay, let's actually time warp a little bit. And then we'll tweak that. And then once we get this inserted, here, let's actually, oh wait, let's watch the burn. Too many things. And then we'll build that lander. Okay, just get ready to kill the time warp here. There you go. I don't want to be time warping when this thing finishes off the burn. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but best not to find out, I think. Okay, reducing throttle. Burn is now complete. Close that. Actually, what I could do is run that alignment script and align it dorsally. Let's see if I've had... This is a big thing to whip around, but this should, in theory, orient this thing so that the solar panels are perpendicular to the ecliptic. Let's see what it does. It should roll it a bit. Roll it a lot. Yeah, that looks about right. Beautiful. Okay. So let's take a look. We got a 52 meter per second burn. I'm going to have to obviously tweak that. It's got to come, I suppose, this way. Is this it right? Yep. Nope, the other way. Ooh, you know what I should do? Sorry, let's delete this. Let's put this onto... I'm not sure if it... I should have watched from here. I think it undercooked it just a little bit. Let's turn this thrust limiter down. I believe it is undercooked. And we'll just give it a little bit of thrust. That should... It is not. It's not moving, is it? Why is that not moving? Oh, shoot. Now it moved. Oh, boy. Now I think it's... Oh, well, thank you, game. Now I think it's the other way around. Okay, we're going to flip this. That was weird. I was burning there and nothing was changing, and that kind of messed me up. I was trying to fine-tune it, and I think I now have it overdone. I should have left well enough alone. Let's come back. Same issue. Okay, I'm going to stop playing with this. I'm going to see if I can... Crap. See if we can fix it with the maneuver. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I should have left it alone. Obviously, don't burn when there's a maneuver ahead of you. The game gets confused. This is going to up this, but I mean, I'm still almost 700 meters per second left in the vehicle, so it's not like this is going to be a big deal. I think it'll be cheapest if I come up from the north, because I think that's where I'm coming from. Yep. I knew I shouldn't have played around with this so much, just with the... There we go. Does that look perpendicular-ish? All right, we're going to go for that. About 29 kilometers. That's looking, as far as I can tell, maybe a little bit this way. Kind of hard to tell. We'll go for it. All right, again, we'll run that alignment script, get it aligned up again for the solar panels. And while it's doing that, why don't we take a look at the contracts? I do have 3 contracts, though I know at least one of them won't be done. But one of these, I think it's this one, does say to be in an altitude that's below 30 kilometers. But I do have some science aboard this thing that can collect both high and low space about Minmus. And so what I want to do is put it just below 30 kilometers, have it collect, you know, to satisfy this contract, leave it there to collect the low space science, and then just nudge it above 30 kilometers at some later time so that, you know, it can then do the high space science. That's kind of the plan. I can see this has got to have a lot more thrust to it. Oh, I'm time warping, of course. Just give me a second. Saying goodbye to Kerbin. Hello, going by the moon. Okay, give it more thrust because this is saying the burn's going to be 1 minute and... Oh no, burn's now 8 seconds. Okay, a little less. A little less. Okay, let's time warp, get a little closer. Run our script. All right, here we go. You know, I love these views of... That's a beautiful view of Kerbin and the moon. They're almost the same size, and I love it when the moon's actually north, like when it's out of the plane, because we are significantly out of the plane. Okay, and this time, I'm going to do the smarter thing of watching it from here. I think the bound... Jack's asking, isn't 30 kilometers still high space for Minmus? I looked it up just heading into this stream, and I believe the boundary is actually 30 kilometers. I think is the boundary between low space and high space. I hope I have that right. Oh, I am pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Okay. Okay, we'll get this all set up. We'll get out towards Minmus once this thing is ready to tuck this down here. Always takes a little bit for it to get all lined up right. I think it's pretty good now. Okay. Because I have persistent rotation installed, it can let's warp to there. Whoa, that was really fast. Got some magnetometer science from high space about Kerbin. That's what I like to see. Where are you, Minmus? Coming for you. There you go. We'll just get into Minmus's SOI here, and then we'll sort of look at our situation. I really want to be in as polar an orbit as I can be. My inclination is 88.2 degrees. And I'm thinking probably my best plan is to actually just see if I can fix that right out here. The further away you are, the better. Yeah, add a maneuver right about here. I just don't know which way. Is it this way that's going to make it better, or is it... So this is positive normal, and that is closing in on 90. So let's put this on positive normal. Get rid of the maneuver. Again, turn down the thrust. Really, really low. Pin that guy up there. We should be doing all kinds of science, too. Oh, yeah, look at that. All kinds of science being done. Not sure why I got multiple copies of some of them, but won't worry about that. Okay, so again, going for a 90-degree inclination here, and I want to keep this periapsis under 30. So, see how this goes. So, yeah, that's making it go bigger. 89 degrees, 0.5, 90. Beautiful. Okay, and yeah, I'm happy with that periapsis too, so we just got to circularize there. So I'll let this thing get itself sorted. Collecting all of the science. Nicey nice. Okay. And that, and then we shall run. I have a script to circularize at periapsis. Whoops. I put an extra bracket in there. And that creates a little orbit there for me. So 178 meters per second, still 627 meters per second left in the vehicle. So lots and lots and lots. That's good. And then really, that's going to be it. So let's increase our thrust again. And we'll take a good look at Minmus here, and let's warp. Yep, let's warp to it. 15 from the flight experiment Kerbin low. Oh, nice. That means Bill is done with the... That was not this vehicle. That's the station in around Kerbin. Okay. Run our maneuver executor. And that should... knock off one of these contracts, just this one. This one here should get knocked off once this burn is complete. Unfortunately, this one requires me to have a lab attached to the station. I haven't unlocked that yet. And this one requires crew. So it's only going to do one of these, but this should be it. Adrian's asking, can I make a docking tutorial? I have a docking tutorial. I do have a tutorial on docking. If you go to my homepage on YouTube, go to the tutorials that are there right at the very top. Scroll down, there's definitely a docking tutorial there. 2, 3, and go. And we'll leave this to do all its sciencey stuff. We'll bring a lander, and then hopefully next stream, we'll be getting Kerbals down to the surface. That's the whole plan. Now this has got to be less than 30 all the way around. It is. Burn is complete. Oh, shoot. I got to wait 2 days. Okay, fine. Whatever. Whatever. I just noticed this contract says that I have to wait 2 days with my station there. So, fine. We'll wait 2 days. We'll let this thing do everything it's got to do. In the meantime, it's collecting science. That will give us time to get out here. I think this is all good. So let's close that, close that, close that, and get back to the Space Center.